which is, the threat aspect. Like, if Charlie Kirk was afraid of leftists, murdering him in public, I don't think he would be going to a college campus and letting a crowd of like 3,000 people come 10 feet in front of him. I'll be honest with you, as someone who toured with him, that was my biggest fear, was somebody coming up point blank, having something concealed, and just bang. Like, because that's logically the easiest thing. Like, you know what I mean? It just, and as someone who sat with my back turned to the crowd and facing Charlie, I would be, right there. If he misses, God forbid, it's just things you think about when you're in this environment every day.
Sure.
And I remember there was an event that we had to tear down. I think I posted a clip from it actually the other day, kind of like an unedited minute and a half of just Charlie in his element on these tours, because it was something that I don't think a lot of people understand, like the energy that he brought, the change that he was making in young people's lives. Because again, this was more than politics, this was spiritual. He was bringing people to Christ and getting people to think critically and logically about the world that they're in, to break out from the brainwashing. His tour was called "You're Being Brainwashed." Like that, again, and look at what they're trying to do to us now with this tour. They are trying to brainwash you. I promise you that's what's happening. Like, that is what's happening. This is a psyop on a national level that is there are multiple layers to it. It's being used, they are using it and doing it in many different ways. But Charlie Kirk, if he was afraid of leftists, wouldn't go tour on college campuses in the way that he did. He just wouldn't. And they would have a much higher security apparatus if that was the case, and that wasn't the case. The guys that toured with him, the security guys, I know a lot of them. I worked very closely alongside them, right? As far as I was concerned, I thought they all would take a bullet for Charlie if it came to that, right? Granted, the way we saw it play out, they didn't have an opportunity to. So there's questions I have about the measures that were taken after and the decisions that were made, obviously, as any logical person who really cared about Charlie, I feel like, would. And that, again, is just the deeper reason of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I waited 9 months to kind of observe and just kind of see. I wanted to trust that these people who came out initially and said certain things were going to do the things that they said. We're going to uphold the values and the work that this man had given his life for, the fight that we are in the middle of, that we are on the brink of honestly losing. And I don't think many realized it, to be honest, because again, it is disinformation. We're in a disinformation war, and that's why I'm just trying to get this message out as best I can, because I feel like the time is very much of the essence.